Hello, everyone. My name is Lavinia Osborne. I am the host and founder of Women in Blockchain Talks. It is an award-winning blockchain educational and networking events platform. We're building an ecosystem which promotes a podcast, a blog, community, and monthly events where I interview dynamic women from the blockchain arena. Why? Well, the numbers speak for themselves. The gender divide is huge. And when we look at the gender divide and then break it down to minorities, is even smaller. So we're on a mission to close that divide and make sure blockchain is a space all about inclusivity and diversity.
Awesome. I'm so happy that we finally got a chance to connect. I know you've been doing a lot of great things and interviewing a lot of fantastic women in this space. So now you're on the other side and I'm interviewing
Yes.
you.
Yes, which is amazing. And I'm very happy we're connected as well. So thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So my first question for you is did you get or why did you get into this blockchain space?
Well, my background, and it is still something that I do, is I am a financial wellbeing coach. I'm all about wellness around finances, and I have a product that is constructed around money mindfulness. And so there are four M's to the money mindfulness. There is money mindset, how you think, feel, and talk about money; money mastery, how you become bigger than your financial challenges, situations. How resourceful do you get? Do you know what resources are available to you? The money management, which looks at the normal estate planning, debt, savings, etc., etc. And then we have money mission. What do you want your money to mean to you? What legacy do you want it to leave behind for you? So that's what I did and still do, but not as much because my focus has been more on building this space within blockchain. Um, and The key thing about blockchain is, if you think about it, blockchain is touches a lot on technology, of course, and on finance. And these are two already strong male-dominated industries. And so the fact that the numbers are what they are in blockchain in regards to gender divide, there is no surprise there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And one has to question, why are there so many little women in blockchain, and why is there such male dominance in tech and in finance? And it just goes back to the whole gender roles most of the world has grown up with.
Mm-hmm.
And even women will go to school, they will make money. When it boils down to it, you will still find a number of women will
Mm-hmm.
abdicate the responsibility of their money to a male counterpart. In
Mm-hmm.
my community, I asked the question, how many people here have wallets? And a number of women came back and said, I have wallets, but my brother looks after it for me, or my dad looks after it for me. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. But the question I want to know is why?
Right.
Why
Yeah.
is it that you feel that your male family member will be any better at looking after your financial interests than you?
Mm-hmm.
You know, why are you abdicating the responsibility of your assets to a third party?
Mm.
Where is that coming from? So the essence of what I did when I was a financial well-being coach and money mindfulness mentor, if you want to call me that, then it's still relevant to what I do in this realm, because
Mm-hmm.
we're dealing with people's mindset around assets, value, and money. So you asked me how I got into this space. Well, I got into this space because if you're talking about finances, you need to understand the past, the present, and the future
Yes.
of money and finances. And of course, the future is blockchain. And so that's how I got introduced into this arena. And here I am.
Awesome.
Mhm.
Awesome. Awesome. I'm sure by now you're probably getting a lot of people coming to you now and asking you about cryptocurrency and all these different avenues into the blockchain space.
Mhm.
But I want to know, what does blockchain mean to you specifically?
Blockchain means to me opportunities,
Mm,
innovation, creativity,
yes.
and to a degree, freedom.
Mm,
Freedom to speak, to stake your position and own it, claim it. Because you don't have to ask anyone's permission. It's
yes.
permissionless. I love that. So I'm saying I'm in this space and I'm owning it.
That's
That's my
powerful.
right,
Yes.
you know, and I'm telling other women to come into this space and own it. I'm not a technologist. I'm not, I'm not techie at all,
Mm-hmm.
but I do have a voice and I learn about this space because I think it's blockchain is the future of works.
Mm,
It is the future of money.
mm-hmm.
The pandemic has disseminated a number of industries. The data is out there again. A lot of jobs that have gone are the lower paid jobs. Who holds the lower paid jobs? Women. So again, how is that going to affect their day-to-day life? How's that going to affect, dare I say it, their pension when we
Mm,
get older? How are we providing for these women? How are we providing for ourselves? Because sometimes it's not about looking externally and saying, what are you doing for me? What have you done for me lately? You need to look at yourself and say, what have I done for myself lately? How
yeah.
am I ensuring that my future is the best it can possibly be? What am I learning? What am I doing? Am I stepping out of my comfort zone? Who am I connecting to? Who am I listening to? You know, how
Mm,
am I investing in myself?
mm-hmm.
So that's what blockchain means to me. Blockchain means the opportunity to thrive, without permission.
I love that you said a few things. You mentioned the fact that you're not a techie, but you're in the space and you saw the value in it. And you also stressed the fact that it brings freedom, financial freedom, and the ability to manage your own
Mm-hmm.
assets for the future, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so combining those two, are you seeing that more and more women are coming into the space and starting to understand?
There has been, from 8% to 12%, but 12% is still not enough.
Mm-hmm.
I think it might even be 18% at the moment of women reflected in blockchain.
Yeah.
Still not enough.
Yes. Yes.
But we have an opportunity to teach the next generation. I've
Mm.
got two nieces and a nephew. And I just interviewed a young lady who is a mother of a 9-year-old, and she's based in the Philippines. And her daughter's creating NFTs and selling NFTs.
Yes.
So money is always a driver,
Mm-hmm.
right? So if you can show people how to make money, if you can show people how to utilize their creativity and make money from that creativity,
Mm-hmm.
that's a great leader into this space. To just say we want women in this space because of the gender gap and diversity, most women don't care. You've got
Mm-hmm.
to give them another reason. So a
Mm-hmm.
lot of women are coming into this space for the crypto. They're learning to trade. They're holding crypto. But is but the issue for me in that is that they're missing a trick. They're
Mm-hmm.
just focused on the crypto and they're
Yeah.
confusing crypto with blockchain. Blockchain is huge. The innovations, the possibilities, the potential are huge.
Mm-hmm.
You need to understand this space so that you can leverage it. There's going to
You're
be so many opportunities. I mean, there's so many things I haven't jumped on, but I'm not worried about it because I know there'll be other stuff. And as I learn and become more confident in what I know, I will be able to spot those opportunities easier and get involved.
That's good. Yes, that is so true. I realized that through the different interviews that I've had so far, that one running theme, well, there's been several running themes, but one of them has been the fact that a lot of females are more interested in the technology than the
Mm,
money. I mean, the cryptocurrency aspect is great, of course, but the technology is what sold them into this space. Like
mm.
people are always taking a deeper look into the technology and trying to understand it a little bit more. And then, once you latch onto the different use cases, then it's like, wow, this thing is great. I know that's how I
Exactly.
came into it.
Yeah. But I think I need to just kind of like be a bit more specific in that the
Mm-hmm.
tech is amazing. I love the innovation of the tech.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not technical, and a lot of the stuff goes over my head. I know what proof of work is. I know what proof of stake is. I understand that, but the nitty gritty.
Mm-hmm.
However, when you talk about social impact, and for example, the UN's SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals,
Yes.
and how blockchain projects are being created around these goals
Mm-hmm.
so that solutions can be given in an efficient, transparent, trackable, traceable way.
Yeah.
Now you're talking my language.
Yes.
I'm like, yes, okay. You know, that's what I love. I love the social impact of blockchain and the fact that it is decentralizing
Yes.
figures. And by doing that, it allows diversity and inclusion to come into the space. It allows solutions to thrive. And
Yeah.
that is what I love about blockchain technology.
Awesome. Awesome. I love that. All right. So that's a great segue to the last question. How do you see blockchain improving the Black community / the African diaspora?
That's a difficult question to answer, to be quite honest, because there is not one body that represents the African diaspora,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
We're all individuals at the end of the day, and it
Mm-hmm.
is up to us. You can bring the horse to water, but you can't make the horse drink.
Mm-hmm.
So it boils down to open-mindedness. It boils down to education. It boils down to coming out of your comfort zones as individuals, Black individuals,
Mm-hmm.
knowing what we know and choosing to focus on something that can be a solution for our future and to create a legacy for the next generation, be it passing on skills or be it passing on assets, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I look at Africa and I think Africa has embraced blockchain because they've had to in a degree. When we
Yeah.
think about blockchain, Bitcoin, of course, is the key use case study. And Bitcoin has helped a number of people, unbanked individuals, access funds.
Mm-hmm.
So they've taken out the central figure of the remittance companies, which is $1 trillion business, right? And that money can now be sent directly to individuals. Yes, we know we've got the proof of work, minor fees, and everything else, and they've gone up over the years. But even still, there's just a bit more autonomy, a
Mm-hmm.
control of what can be sent, how much is sent. A lot of individuals in different parts of the world, here in the UK as well, but we're talking about Africa, don't have documents because the governments
Yeah.
don't issue it. So how are they supposed to get the funds from a remittance centralized figure without these documents? So to me, it's creating a more equal playing field. Right now, the issue is that Bitcoin is going up. So some people say, well, it's pricing people out, but you can buy small parts, of course.
Yes.
But then the question then is, will it continue to rise? Can you utilize it as a stepping stone to create a legacy, to invest? And then
Mm-hmm.
you've got governments who don't understand blockchain, not Bitcoin, but blockchain, and they
Yeah.
fear it and they want to suppress their people. So what
Mm-hmm.
do you do with that? There's so much education that needs to go into this. You know, the people who have been pushing this forward are grassroots people, the people on the floor, because it has been for the people.
Yes.
The institutions are now coming in, driving up prices, which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're driving up prices, but we have got to, the diaspora have got to get with it. We've got
Yes.
to be, on the pulse, and we've got to be looking at how can we leverage this for our benefit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Caribbean, so born in Britain, British Jamaican, British Caribbean, right? I know in America, you guys just call yourself African Americans. Like here in the UK, we
Yeah.
go by our heritage as well. So,
Okay.
I mean, there's a term Black British, but I don't like that term myself. I'm British Caribbean, but anyhow, of Jamaican descent. And so I'm part of a group, a Blockchain Caribbean Alliance.
Mm-hmm.
And there's so many issues because the governments are so reliant on the dollar,
Yeah.
right? And everything, they don't even have a main exchange. It's so difficult for people to get involved.
Mm.
And it's just right now, the pandemic has wiped out certain businesses that were reliant on tourism. What are
Yeah.
those young people doing now? The government should be upskilling their people. They
Yeah.
need to look at what Asia's doing. I'm not talking about China. I'm talking about Asia. They're
Hmm.
upskilling their young people so that they are ready for the future. Young
Yes.
people do not want to go back to work in the land.
Mm-mm.
So if there's no tourism, what is there? Governments need to stop being in they need to stop being so, how can I put it now,
Dependent.
dependent
Yeah.
on the US government
Hmm.
and how they think, and start creating for their own. And this is what we talk about. So you look at that as a region of Black people, of diaspora. We're so behind.
Mm.
How do we fix that?
Mm.
It's hard to fix if it doesn't come from government,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So this is it's a difficult question to answer. I mean, Africa, they are moving forward with it, but the government obviously is not making it easy
It's
because they
yeah.
don't understand. And it's all about control.
Yes.
And blockchain, Bitcoin particularly, is about decentralization of that control.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So we have to do it for ourselves. It's not going to be a group thing. And we can bring it to our people. I mean, I have a community of my brothers and sisters, and we talk and we share. And I've helped the last year, I've helped so many of my brothers and sisters get into crypto and
Mm-hmm.
understand it and feel confident about it. But there's only so much I can do. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
they can then share it, but they've just understand it to implement it for themselves, not to then teach it, you see?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and this is the reason why I have Women in Blockchain Talks. It's a community. There's a free community, and then there's a paid membership. And again, it's about investing in yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I've got the water, and it's tasty. I've got carrots to entice you, but I cannot make you drink from the water.
That's
You
so
know.
true. That's so true. I love that. And we're going to end there. I appreciate you taking this time to speak with me. If you can do me one more thing, provide your social media platform so that everyone can get in touch with you and connect with you and hear more of your great advice and tap into your podcast.
Okay, so I'm on LinkedIn. So that's at Lavinia Osborne. So LinkedIn is the best place to find me and connect with me. So that's at Lavinia Osborne. Twitter is at Lavinia Osborne. Also on LinkedIn, if you put in WIBT, Women in Blockchain Talks, you'll find the company. So the company page, so you can follow us there. And on Insta, it's Women in Blockchain Talks. And just to say, I'm not sure when this is going out, but our next event is on the 24th of March, Women in Blockchain Talks. And we have an individual from the UN who is going to be talking about blockchain. And it's International Women's Month, so I think it's quite interesting to see what the big boys are doing in regards to blockchain.